Thinking about this piece that I was getting ready to put together, two songs from my past came to mind. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Wake Up Everybody, and Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. As one who believes that I woke up a long time ago and I kind of know what's going on, I have a message for the American people, white people, African American people, Hispanic people, rich people, poor people, all people within the reach of this video. The Republican Party is working right now in an attempt to gain control of both houses. Republicans are organizing, collecting money, and enlisting voters. One Republican congressman from Virginia indicated that his mantra for this coming November election is going to be welfare, code word for y'all. I'm sure welfare will be in place in November of 2010. One old Clinton administration betrayer, now a Republican, had the chutzpah to write a book and start a Take Back America organization. Take Back America from whom, for whom? I wonder. Sounds a little racist to me. People, Democratic and independent voters, young and old, let me take you back to 1979-80. President Jimmy Carter was doing in a first term, much like Obama is doing today, trying to help the least of us, the most vulnerable, and the educationally challenged. Republicans at that time organized and formed the Moral Majority, which was subsequently headed by evangelist Jerry Falwell from Lynchburg, Virginia. Moral Majority solicited and supported conservative candidates all over the United States of America. They represented themselves as like-minded people against unions, abortion, welfare of any kind. They were against affirmative action and only for the wealthy. Moral Majority was organized to raise money and get out the vote for conservative Republican candidates. President Carter was defeated by Ronald Reagan, and so-called right-wing conservative candidates from all across the country were elected to Congress. Reagan, really not a thinker, was a cowboy controlled by people on the inside of the Moral Majority government. He incorporated what was called at the time trickle-down economics, which was synonymous with lower taxes on the rich, favoring big business, let the rich do and eat good, and whatever falls off the table will be enough for the masses in this country. Greed became the mantra in this country. As I've said, lower taxes on the rich, welfare deemed as government waste, relaxed laws regulating monopolistic practices, unions demonized, attacked as evil, even disbanded. All actions fostering little respect for the little people, overcharged and underpaid, while the rich got richer. Ronald Reagan was a cowboy. He was controlled by the religious right, the moral majority. He did nothing for middle-class people and ignored the needs of those less fortunate, the poor people. The organization filled Congress with Republicans representing the South, still lamenting the loss of Civil War and the signing of the Civil Rights Act. Consider the administrations of Reagan, Bush 1, Bill Clinton, and Bush 2. The United States has severely suffered, flirting with third world status. People are living in the street, in tent cities. The country is still mired in a war that cost more than $1 trillion. Cities and states all across the land are considering bankruptcy. A failed education system which has destroyed the intellectual level of American people. Healthcare costs spiraled out of control. Job loss is beyond control. Most decent paying jobs have disappeared, gone to China. Our economy is in free fall. There is no industry in this country that will require and absorb the number of good paying jobs lost in the last 8 years. Most new jobs pay minimum wage or $1 above. You can't raise a family on that little bit of money. This is my appeal to you young people, old people, white people, African American people, Hispanic people, all people, whatever your race, ethnicity, or color. President Obama, with his hope and change philosophy, was elected by a majority of Americans to lead and direct a political discourse between Republicans and Democrats in this country in an effort to level the playing field between rich and poor. Obama has had to address that huge gap by championing unpopular areas neglected by the Bushes and the Republican Congress of William Jefferson Clinton. Republicans, in their effort to derail and demean Obama's policies, declined to participate or help for whatever their reason. My opinion, I believe, was racism at work. People, those of you who seek a more perfect union, one that works for all people, find, join, and commit yourselves to electing Democratic candidates in November 2010, and then remain committed to re-elect President Obama in 2012. Reject the big government spending and government takeover. Ignore the Republicans and ill-informed teabagger distortions. I'm running out of time. Organize your friends, your neighbors. Get all the people together. Collect some money. Send it to Obama. Make sure that Obama has an opportunity to complete his 2 years. And let's the country take back this declining of our country. You know, I rode in Detroit the other day and I saw the burnout buildings and the burnout apartment buildings where all these people lived and enjoyed life. They're all gone, destroyed. Please, vote for Barack Obama and government, Democratic Congress people in November of 2010. Just one old man's opinion.